excuse me, but I think your panel is completely disengaged from the other opinion. From open Muslim, and I'm an activist, and I think there should have been on this panel a different opinion, rather than four of you agreeing among each other. You promised half an hour of questions, and you did like most people are doing. They are allowing only cards so that you shut the other voice. So this is not a democratic panel.
Can we have your question?
My question was, it's not whether to engage or not to disengage. It is with who and when. Are you sure that the place and the time are right? Are you sure you are chosen by your community unanimously to represent us? And the third question is, aren't you afraid that our allies who are harmed by this Trump administration to see us as third group and feel that we left them alone? Our allies, 10,000 of them went to the airport to protest the Muslim ban. These are questions that should have been allowed by the audience.
Thank you. I think there's definitely a lot of criticism, and like I said, these are ijtihad issues. They're people, I think, trying to make the best decision that they see. Like, for me, I've been engaged for a long time. I mean, since the 90s. I went in, and Qamar al-Huda knows this, in the Obama administration, we were very engaged because there was a lot more access. And I hope that that engagement helped. In terms of this administration, it has a wretched track record with our community. I think that's why I feel that there should be some voices of countervalence. Just because one of the things that I've noted about being in the room, by merely being in the room, the conversation shifts. And I've seen this again and again. So the Prophet ﷺ said that man arada, and this is a sahih hadith, and I work from my tradition, I believe in Islam. The Prophet said, man arada an yansah lidhi sultan, whoever wants to give sincere advice to political authority, فَلَا يُبْدِيهِ عَلَنِيًّا, let him not do it openly. Let him not do it openly. And then he said, فَإِن سَمِعَ مِنْهُ فَلَهُ ذَلِكَ وَإِن لَمْ يَسْمَعْ فَقَدْ أَدَّى الَّذِي عَلَيْهِ. If he listens, the man gets the reward of giving good advice, and they listen. If he doesn't, then you have fulfilled a responsibility of just giving sincere advice. So that's all my intention is to give sincere advice. In terms of representing the community, I don't represent a community. I'm trying to represent an Islam that I studied for many years, and I'm committed to the religion. I think the community, I see a very fragmented community of people. The Quran says, work together, ta'awunu 'ala al-birri wa taqwa. The Prophet ﷺ, he took counsel from certain people. He didn't take counsel from everybody. He took counsel from certain people. He had an inner core group that he took counsel from. He took counsel from his wife. She was the one that gave him Salama gave him the good advice on when all the Muslims had doubts about what he was doing. So even the Prophet did things that everybody doubted, because he compromised on 8 points when at Hudaybiyah, he pretty much compromised on almost every point, but he never compromised his principles. So I try never to compromise my principles. I hope I don't. And the Prophet ﷺ said, لا تسب الأمراء ولا تغشوهم ولا تبغضوهم واتقوا الله واصبروا فإن الأمر قريب. And this is a sahih hadith. He said, don't curse people in authority, don't deceive them, don't cheat them, don't hate them, because God put them over you. And then he said, but have piety and patience, and know the day of judgment is very close. I'm looking at it. I mean, I feel it every day of my life, you know. The day of and people are going to get their due, and we'll see on the day of judgment who's who. You're going to see who's who. You're going to either all get some lights, or I'll be thrust. That's God's decision. I thank God people aren't my judge. I mean, I'm really glad, because God is my judge. And the Prophet ﷺ said, he said, whoever is given something and is grateful, is prevented from something and is patient, is wronged and forgives, and wrongs and asks forgiveness. And then he was silent, and they said, what? And he said, أُولَٰئِكَ لَهُمُ الْأَمْنُ وَهُمُ الْمُهْتَدُونَ. They will be safe on the day of judgment, and they will be the rightly guided ones. I try to live that. I try to be grateful with blessings, patience with tribulation. I try to forgive people when they wrong me, and I ask forgiveness if I've done anything wrong. But I wasn't elected by anybody. I'm not an elected official. I'm not a government employee.